we're Gucci. And we're on.
Right, you want to scooch here.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
I was just proud of how I handled Bobby because I was just told him, I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's the restaurant, man? All right, good to see you. And then he walked off. And I was like,
you had like a regular
God.
conversation.
Well, no, but like,
Bobby's
I
a sexual predator who
I had a good
us.
way to get him to leave.
Oh.
Was just being like, all right, nice to see you, man.
What?
Liam and I have just
Who's
been cold shouldering him. He's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, and then just totally
Who's this
walk
Bobby
away.
man, and why is he such a menace to society?
Well, first, welcome to the Brown Bricks podcast. The most amount of fun you can have while listening to the podcast. Second, Bobby is a man that Jackson and I met when we went down to the bar, not to work, just to drink. We were playing pool. We played a game with him.
Yeah, he's cool.
And he was cool at first, like talkative guy. He's like, yeah, like, he's like, I used to work in a bar. I was in the army for a while. He's like a fun, talkative guy, playing pool with him. Later, we're done playing pool, and another couple wants to play pool. And I was like, oh, Bob, you can play with them. He's like, oh, sure. And they, does come over here and whispers into my ear. He's like, if I destroy this bitch in pool, will you suck my cock?
To you?
To me.
Just like, just a guy that you met like 20 minutes ago, having a nice conversation, immediately leading to it.
And I'm like, oh, that's why he kept buying us shots and stuff.
He was buying us a lot of drinks.
And I'm like, no, man, I mean, I guess it was worth asking, but no.
Yeah. Well, but it's also like, what, did you give any indication where you were like,
the only thing is between one of our games, we went up to smoke, or I went up to smoke, then Bobby came out to smoke, and there's these other people smoking out there, and there's this drunk girl who's like, I love gay dudes. I love gay dudes so much. She's like, are you gay? I'm like, I'm bi. She's like, I love that.
And Bobby's ear just turned giant, like cartoonish.
And I looked over, and Bobby was pressing his ear towards me, listening intently. And then anyways, we went back. So that was the only indication he could have got. And then like later he paid he's like an old guy.
Yeah, he's old.
And he paid like a girl
long gray hair.
$50 to make out with him. Which one
Yikers.
Don't do that when you're an old guy and they're like college age girls. And two,
how
is a kiss worth $50?
It is
for
not.
me, it's just you beat them in the like I'm not gonna take the money.
Yeah,
but I want to be offered.
Yeah, it's
like you're offering them money.
Yeah.
Well, no, for a kiss.
Because it was purely transactional for that one. But he thought you were gonna be so impressed by his ability.
He's like, you're bisexual, so that just means you need.
Oh, so he's definitely a guy who's like, he's like a slutty dude because he's bi. Yeah,
a little slut twink.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Wants cock in his fucking mouth.
The way that I saw it, maybe he thought he had like a genuine connection with you, but then it's like the equivalent of OnlyFans, where he went back and he was like,
That's what they did. That's what they did in the Marines, though. They would just play pool. It's like, I destroyed this fucking twink in pool. You suck my cock in the showers.
Yeah.
And then you pay $50 to another guy to make out with you in the Marine. It's like, it's free money.
Well, that he learned from me. He's like, all right, pool isn't enough. I have to offer something else.
Well, he was testing like the limits of the bar, seeing like what people would let him get away with.
He showed Liam his phone once, and then he's like, "That's my wife right there. That's my wallpaper." He's got kids too.
Did he act? Holy shit! Really?
He's a cool guy. He's like a regular now, which sucks because
we were so nice to him, and
now he thinks he's like all our buddies because we were friends, and then he was a weirdo, and they're like, "Oh, we're no longer friends." I went back up that same night where he asked me to suck his cock, and I was having another cig, and I was
just
like,
to see if he wanted.
No, he wasn't.
Not because you were gonna suck his cock.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, Bobby's out here, and he's like having the cig with this girl, and she has like very defensive body language. She's like sitting down, like fucking arms crossed, like turning her body away from him, like
turtling up.
Wall. And he's talking to her. I'm like, oh hey, Bob. He's like, hey, and then he's like talking to this girl. And then she's like, leave me alone, you're old, you're and he's like, I'm trying to take you home tonight. And then later that night, she went inside, and I told Liam, who was working, I'm like, Bobby is being very creepy with that girl. just keep an eye on him. And then later, Bobby left, and then she was about to leave, and Liam's like, Bobby just left. And she's like, oh, thank God you told me. Thank you so much.
That's kind of disconcerting.
Yeah.
Like, the idea that a bar can have that unsultry of patrons, but you just kind of have to, like, let them roam around.
Yeah,
it's like
they
they're not, like, predators explicitly, but everyone's uncomfortable by them being there.
Yeah, unfortunately, being creepy is not illegal. Depending.
It should be.
Depending on the kind of creepy.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's also, like, it's not only creepy because he's old, but it's made much creepier by the fact that he's old. There's probably, like, college-age dudes who act like that around women, and then just, like...
But it's also, like...
No one says anything, but... So that's why you can't really kick him out for that shit.
Yeah.
But I hate him anyways.
I still want to kill him.
I still want him to... get alcohol poisoning or get caught by his wife or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you should like try to Shanghai.
He brought his daughter down one time, apparently, Liam said.
Oh my God, Liam has another great story where, like, Bobby was hitting on a young girl again another night, and then she brings him up to Liam. He's like, tell him I'm a trustworthy guy. And Liam's like, I don't really know you that well. and then like Bobby came up to him. He's like, before I had your back, and now I don't. And you don't know when you're gonna need that.
Oh shit! That's gonna be like.
Yeah.
That is gonna come in. That's
creepy
that's a fucking Chekhov's gun for Liam's life. It's gonna come back for sure.
Yeah.
Liam's gonna be like dangling from a cliff, and everyone else that he could count on is
and
gone.
Bobby runs up to save him. Then he sees it's him. He's like, no,
don't got your
not
back
me.
on
I
this.
don't have your back. Don't have your arm either.
Yeah.
Just let him drop.
Yeah.
He sounds cool though.
Yeah.
You should invite him over.
He's the guy that we, like, ironically say is cool when we imagine what we're like when we're older. We're like, imagine if we're just perverts, always hitting on young girls, getting fucked up.
Yeah, badass.
Balding on top, long hair in the back, like, just badass.
Well, I
and
noticed
then Bobby's living that life, and I'm like, I gotta fucking reconsider. I don't want to be upsetting people my age at that age, asking them to suck my cock for things that they really have no investment.
Because, like you said, it's like, oh, people wouldn't bat an eye, but like we don't do that at our age. We have never asked a single person to suck our cock over a pool.
Well, yeah,
game.
we know it's bad. But yeah.
But yeah, we know it's bad, but we kind of think it's badass.
You get past age like 50, and you just don't give a fuck, and you're like, all right.
If Bobby was doing that
shit,
shit, and he was like a wrinkly old, like really old raisin man, then I think it'd come back around to be kind
of for badass again. Because it's like, oh, you saw like,
and he like can't really raise his voice. He stops, so he's like, yeah, $50 to break up, and everyone's like, okay,
sucking dentures out of his face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my fake tooth. I don't know why Bobby sounds like this tiny guy.
Because he's meek.
He's wrinkled.
He's meek. Yeah, he's meek.
He doesn't have the energy to be an imposing force.
You know who else is meek and weak?
Who?
All of the Russian Paralympics athletes, because they're now banned from all Paralympic sports.
That's fuck yeah.
I just think it's really funny, because it's like, you ban... Basically, it's like you can't hang out. Like, the only time...
They're about to get a whole lot more members at the Paralympics soon.
Yes. Well, yeah, they're like, oh, this is, like, unfair. Because a lot of the new Paralympics people are people who were in the army. Yeah.
Military guys.
I do like it's one of those things where they think it's going to move the needle. Where they're like, yeah, no, the moment that we ban the Paralympics people, like, the wheelchair lobby, that's huge in Russia. So they're going to go straight to Putin and be like, you got to change this.
I saw this hilarious video. They're shutting down all the McDonald's in Russia. Yeah. And so there's this one massive fat Russian who chained himself to the door of the last McDonald's closing.
That's awesome.
He's like, you can't shut it down. This is a crime against all the citizens of Russia.
That is so fucking funny.
We need to give him American citizenship immediately.
That would be something where McDonald's is like, you're our ideal customer. And so they like airlift McDonald's
they make
burgers.
Him the Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gained so much weight.
I gained so much weight.
Because it's so good.
But then they find out that he wasn't gaining that much weight purely off McDonald's.
Yeah.
People helping him gain more weight.
Yeah, he had like Hostess cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah.
He was just eating lard.
People attaching lard hoses to his mouth.
Yeah, he's like, I do like exercising, so I was like losing weight at a fairly steady rate. So
It's just very funny seeing the Russian police pulling him away for that protest rather than protesting the war.
Yeah.
He's upset about the war because he can't have McDonald's anymore.
I mean, you know what? Because that's one of those things where I looked at, like, kids wearing masks. It's like, masks is not something that matters in the long run. It's like, who cares, whatever. But, like, if you want to make kids anti-authoritarian through and through, you make them wear something that's, like, slightly annoying for them to wear, and then have a teacher yell at them whenever they take it off. So it's like, oh, shit, I don't like this. It's like, basically, conflict only matters up until the point that people are like, well, I can't get McDonald's anymore.
Yeah,
like, that actually sucks. Like, I don't give a shit if you're gonna go bomb a couple of Ukrainians, but, like, I can't get McDonald's.
Because of this, now they've taken my McDonald's. This is an outrage.
Yeah, the causality probably, I don't know. But that's also one of the more fucked up things, is that there's a lot of people who are like Russian composers, where they're like, hey, hey,
look who decided to show up.
Ooh, all gymmed up.
I'm more worried about all the Russian porn stars and cosplayers who are now not able to post as much.
Yeah, because they're fighting, got like drafted in a war.
And I'm talking about the ones that post like 2D ass and shit like that.
Those are good.
They are getting banned from platforms.
But it's also one of those things where like I look at it and it's like Russian composers, like Russian like authors who are like notoriously anti-government, and they're like, you have to say Putin has a small penis in 24 hours or else we're kicking you off of all your platforms. And they just like look back at like their family and friends who are in Russia with like guns to their heads, and they're like, I don't want to do that. And it's like, well, I guess you're supporting Russia. It's like, dude,
yeah,
I lived in the United States and like paid taxes here, but yeah, sure, I guess I'm in support of the Russian government.
Yeah, people don't really get it.
Yeah,
don't really get it.
You know the people who do get it. I'm sorry, I've been deep on this Ukraine stuff because I think it's very funny. Just because like, I don't know, I think it's very funny. Anyways,
I think it's just very hypocritical of people.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
there's
people
don't know like what America has done.
Oh yeah,
And like, we had the same reaction with the like Iraq or Afghanistan invasion.
that is the biggest thing where it's like, yeah, you don't think
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's just because they're invading white people.
yeah.
yeah, straight up.
Well, it's like basically the only like people are gonna like someone said like the bombing of Kiev is gonna be this generation's 9/11. It's like shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, like for Ukrainians.
Yeah, not for like America.
Or like all the countries
When
in
you
the
look at
Eastern
like
Bloc,
the
but maybe
geopolitical
not.
implications, like probably not.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot, but like 9/11 fucked the world.
Yeah, 9/11 changed everything.
Killed like I don't know how many millions, like 300 million Middle Eastern people.
Yeah, no, that I also, you know, have you guys seen Volunteers for Ukraine or /Volunteers for Ukraine? It's a subreddit where it's a bunch of people talking about like how to get proper gun training, how to volunteer in the Ukrainian army, like how to ship out. And the top post is really funny because it's like a person who's like, I volunteered in armed conflicts before. But I think 90% of you are putting your effort into the wrong place. You should be protesting in your local area. It does make a difference. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where it's like a protest in Omaha for like, oh, guys, stop bombing Ukraine.
War, please.
It's like, yeah, Russia's just like, damn. I didn't think I was going to stop bombing Ukraine until I saw a bunch of people in Omaha protesting in 60-degree weather. But now, damn.
I did see a video of like some of the guys from America who've gone to volunteer over there, and there was a guy who left his wife and kids behind and didn't tell them what he was doing. He just went to Ukraine.
A guy who hates his family so much, he's just like, maybe I'll die.
Oh yeah, dude.
Maybe I'll go to war and die.
So many dudes have just been looking for the opportunity to be like, oh fuck, there's a war on that I could just go to and easily like join up and do. They want to do. They don't want to do like the fighting in the Middle East where it's like out in the desert and you're just like shooting at a guy like 30 miles away. They want to do like the inner city fighting, and they're like, oh
they
fuck.
want to save
Urban warfare
think
is
how much-
way more bad.
Yeah, they want to save
Urban
a hot
warfare is way
Ukrainian
cool.
woman who
Be
is
like,
about to be
ooh.
sex trafficked.
They
And
want
then
to.
she's
They
like,
want to do fucking Stinger
White man.
missiles, and they want to destroy tanks. And they're like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, I can live out my World War II fantasies all of a sudden.
yeah.
And they leave their wife and kids, and they just drop everything.
I
and
do
go.
like just like not knowing this about a guy for a while. It's like, oh, we're gonna have like a board game night on Sunday. It's like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then you like
February
up and leave.
24th.
It's like, I went to Ukraine. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Well, our mortgage. Oh.
Fucking people, when they talk about all the problems with the fucking war against terror, you know, one point I don't think they make enough is just like how uncool it is. And I think that accounts for a lack of support there.
In what regard?
And that, like Jackson was saying, like, you're
Yeah.
not fighting big tanks. You're, like, shooting at guys who are, like maybe have a gun. you know.
Yeah, it's mostly
They're
just,
untrained, don't know what they're doing, you know. We're just stomping them, mostly. Like, the only reason we
just
can't
drone
win is because it's
striking
guerrilla
them.
warfare against, like,
yeah.
unorganized groups,
Yeah.
right? But in terms of, like, actually shooting at them, like, we got the upper hand.
Yeah.
But it's just not fun.
It's not
It's
fun.
not, like, you look at the war in the Ukraine, and that's probably not fun. It's fun. But it
Yeah.
looks fun.
But it looks
Yeah,
kind
but,
of
like,
looks.
as far
We
as-
see him
a lot of
having a
fun.
good time carrying around those rocket launchers.
Yeah, as far as conflict goes, seeing like Baba Yaga stroll up with like a Glock and shoot a bunch of Russian guys in the head,
Yeah.
that looks kind of
It
fun.
looks fun. I know it's not. I know it's
I know it's sad. It's gotta give you
destroying
PTSD.
people's lives, and it's really like it's a problem, you know.
But
it looks
it's
fun.
a problem. Conflict in Ukraine's a bit of a problem. But,
No one here is gonna deny that it's
Sad.
not a good thing.
but
But it
If I was
looks
one of
fun.
those
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
if I was one of those guys who's about to drop everything and go do war, wouldn't be in the Middle East.
Yep. No, I'd definitely say I'd go defend some white people.
Yeah.
That is one of those things where like that guy didn't go enlist until this moment purely because he was like, well, if I like save an Iraqi girl from the clutches of her
Yeah.
slavers, I can't.
Then I have to have
There's like
sex with a not white person.
Yeah. And it's like, and there's like a language barrier there. The Ukrainians probably speak
They
English.
probably, yeah, they probably.
They're
do.
white.
There was another Vice documentary I saw that was like before this conflict, I think, and it was about some Texan man who went to serve in the Russian side for like the rebels in I forget the Donbass region,
Yeah.
and he's just like just a fucking crazy fuck because he's like, yeah, the Ruskies, they really know what they're doing here. Yeah, we're just gonna we're gonna take over Ukraine and hopefully move west. It's gonna be awesome. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Dude.
What?
I do like that. Just not even going there with the intention of siding with Ukraine. Just going there because you want to just fucking knock some heads. You're just like, yeah,
Well,
Russia,
this was,
Ukraine.
yeah, this was even before this war. He was just like going to help the rebels in Donbass, and it's like, oh, you actually believe in this shit? You're okay.
I like the idea of a lone wolf soldier who's such a threat that both sides have to retreat when he
Yeah.
enters the battlefield because he's not going after just Russians or just
Yeah,
Ukrainians.
he's just shooting
He's
at
just
them.
shooting.
It's going wild.
It was I think it was like Thor's. Who's the guy in Vinland Saga? Tors. Yeah, he's just that guy enters, but he's just some redneck.
Are you talking about
from,
Thorkill?
Yeah, Thorkill. He just comes
That's
in,
all.
just some like render comes in with like 2 AKs and that's the same
It's
vibe.
like, is this guy fight? Who's this guy fighting for?
Yeah. I'm fighting for
He's,
me.
he's dual wielding guns. One's the one the Russians are using. One's the one the Ukrainians are using. He's got both fucking flags on.
But I'm like-
who does he fight for?
The ghost of Kiev.
The ghost. The clap.
Yeah, man. That shit's kind of tight. I like those kinds of fake war stories that are like, yeah, there's probably a badass guy shooting down all those Russian airplanes. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
100% totally didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just accept that. Yeah, people want war. I want war to be fun. You know, we know that.
Oh,
from
yeah.
what I
If there
said.
was no nukes, I'd be all
Yeah,
down
but
for us getting involved.
You gotta know that it's not. You gotta know that it's just.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not a good idea.
That's the thing, though. If there were no nukes, I'd be fine with us.
You'd actually unironically support a war in Russia.
War was still traumatic pre-nukes.
Yeah.
The worst
But
one
we shouldn't let Russia do this
with the
kind
nuke,
of
but
thing,
none
you know?
until then.
Nukes is more just like
go ahead. Why not?
the thing. Like war has a lot of like trauma.
I'm saying
to
what
it,
we're
but,
doing
like,
is bad in other countries, obviously.
Yeah.
So Russia shouldn't do that.
Yeah, they shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think going into a conflict is ever going to be better.
We can stop.
Not for you. Not for
okay.
you.
No. Why is it our job to stop them? What?
Yeah, I don't see why it's our job to
I
like.
agree.
It's one of those things where like the Ukrainian.
I mean, I
Prime Minister-
support like sending aid and shit.
Yeah.
Like humanitarian stuff. Like,
But like it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It just feels. It would feel weird. It would feel like definitely like we're overstepping our bounds on the political scale, and it definitely feels like a lot of people.
It's hard to argue such a weird hypothetical like that because nukes are a real thing and they are very dangerous. So.
Which is why we probably shouldn't get involved.
Well, yeah, no.
That's
I'm
the
not
only way
suggesting we get involved at all.
Which is what, because like I guess that's the crazy thing about nukes is that like most conflicts, it's like damn, that's really bloody. A lot of people got killed. Like it's really awful. But like when you get to nukes, it's like oh, everyone could just die. Like if this goes bad enough, then everyone
We will all be vaporized.
Because I guess I don't know, and it is one of those things where that is contingent on the fact where they're just like, yeah, I guess spite's just gonna rule the world. Because if you're the guy who wakes up and finds out that a bunch of nukes are getting sent to you, I guess everybody would just be like, yeah, fuck those guys, and then they just nuke the entire rest of the world.
Well, yeah, no, you can't have just like a limited nuclear exchange. Just impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you're real careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you really talk to each other.
I love that idea where they're just
You
like
message them like, we're gonna nuke you.
You nuke
If you
New
nuke
York,
us, world's over. One nuke and we're done. Any more and the world's over.
I do like that when
we're going first.
Yeah, we're going.
we're launching one. You can be the guy who ended the world if you want.
Yeah.
But I think
is
that's
landing.
that idea. We're just doing one.
Yeah.
And if you send more, we're doing all of them.
You can do like
I think that might work out. That could.
you can do like a tomahawk on like I don't know, like Alaska or something.
Yeah,
go
we'll
for
give
it.
you that. You can nuke Hawaii.
Yeah. But like, yeah, go through a little bit more.
They're like, what?
Yeah. Just like that's the like Russian diplomats like getting this call on a cell phone, and they're like, it's coming towards you, and they're like, we've got to do something.
They gave us this one. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take that out.
Yeah.
We get our one nuke. They get their one nuke, which was unfair.
Pretty
It
good
was
target, though,
fine.
honestly.
Look, negotiations fell through. We agreed to let them have one nuke too.
Negotiations fell through, so we're each getting a nuke.
Yeah, they're like, all right, how about this? We nuke. Like, look, you're Russia. You got a fuck ton of land that's just shit. Nothing's there. We just nuke that part. We just want to use one.
Yeah, we just want to have one go.
I
We
like
just
the
want to
idea
nuke another country once.
that like Putin and Biden get into talks, and they're like, I know it would be the end of the world, but like we both are desperately just wanting to just throw
You
one of
could
them.
hit somewhere in Montana. We'll hit somewhere in
Yeah,
Siberia.
they're both like circling areas with really low population densities, and it's like we'll both send one of those, show that we're serious, and then we'll just continue on as normal. They're like, it'll kind of be badass.
It'll be
And
cool.
it's like, why is there all of this like camera equipment being wheeled out to the middle of nowhere, Montana?
And they're like, wait, what if we just both nuke the ice caps? That'd be pretty cool.
That would result in pretty much the same world-ending catastrophe. I guess they're just like, fuck New York, fuck California, we're killing these bitches.
Yeah, that'd be worse for America, I guess.
Yeah.
Overall,
Way
probably.
more major coastal cities.
Yeah. Bad deal. Worst deal
Bad
in the
deal.
histoy of trade
Yeah,
deals.
Trump would come out and be like, Biden made a terrible deal.
I would have.
Nuking them polar ice caps, I would have preferred to nuke New York personally.
I do love that where it's like we're both gonna use one nuke, and then Biden ends up like nuking New York, and just because he's like, that'd be funny.
That'd be cool.
You nuked us twice, and it's like, no, I didn't. It's obvious that you sent that to. I just
That
sent
one
you
was
the-
already below New York. You just set it off.
Yeah. Just like the guy, it's like an old nuke. It's not like a missile, so it's just like a bunch of guys in like a plane. They're like, "Why are we flying over New York?" Like Americans.
This is the Russian fake New York that they built to distract.
Yeah, that's actually
like,
where
we weren't flying that long. I don't know.
Definitely. No, that's the same.
They take them on an aircraft carrier, just go in circles for a bit to make them feel like they've gone long enough to reach Russia.
Then they like refuel at the same spot.
They're like, all right, that's a Russian sea. Like, it looks like New York. It's like, that's what we based New York off of.
That's what they based their city off
That's
of.
confidential. Don't tell any Americans about that.
Damn.
Well, they won't have to know. It's like,
Operation,
oh my god.
Operation Paperclip. Holy fuck.
Operation Paperclip was just like we wanted to use a nuke on a very high population center just because we thought it'd be funny.
Because it's funny, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Biden during like big meetings is just on like a nuke map the entire time, and then he's like, "Biden, are you listening to this?" He's like, "Yeah,
Oh yeah, I got it.
He's like, and he's like clicking. He's like, "Damn, oh fuck, that'd be crazy."
That is so many people. I don't even know that many.
He's like, Kamala, look at this.
Oh shit.
She's like, yeah, Joe.
Yeah, that's
He's
bad.
He's like, imagine if I did that.
I could do.
I'm the one guy who could. I'm the one guy in this room who
Theoretically,
could do that.
Yeah, check this out. Check this out. Like if I sent some guy a text message, check this out. Boom. There goes New York.
Look, I'm hovering over the button.
Ooh.
This button
Hovering
actually
over the
does
button.
it. This button, it does it on a
He's like-
computer, but then boom.
It's like holding something heavy enough to push the button down. He's like dangling between his pinky slime. He's like, ooh, whoa, guys.
Everyone said I was a weak president, but when I'm able to hold up this strong guy above a nuclear button, and it gets a picture taken, it was like, this is one of Joe Biden's most iconic moments.
Yeah.
This is what he
The
said.
buck stops here.
5 times
Fuck,
Joe Biden slayed in the Oval Office. He slayed millions with nuclear.
Slayed in the
the great
in the
warlord.
biblical sense.
The great warlord of America, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
That would be, he's just like biding his time.
Let's become a warrior society.
A warrior caste.
Just
Yeah.
all the accountants are like, oh fuck, we have to go like hunt buffaloes now.
The buffalo.
Yeah,
That are somehow
bring
less
more
extinct
buffalo.
now.
The only other job besides hunter is buffalo breeder to make sure
Yeah.
there's enough.
And most people are just buffalo.
Most people are
breeders.
buffalo breeders.
They don't get to eat a lot 'cause they're like, you can't kill any of them. That's the.
Well, they're not the more prestigious job of warriors, so of course they don't get to eat as much.
It's still like
Why did the
very.
natives ever think of that, huh? Why were they hunting them so hard, huh?
They weren't.
They
We
should've-
did.
Why did the Native Americans
Why
have
did
to
the
go and
natives
kill the
do
buffalo?
Why'd they do that? They weren't enough for the rest of us when we got here.
They don't leave enough for us. We should. Oh,
Wow, look
you
at
better
Well,
be on the
hello.
pod.
Hello.
FDNY. Look at this guy.
Oh, look, he just did
Oh,
a
he
big
farted.
farty.
He farted. He farted. He farted.
Damn.
Say something.
Take a seat.
Funny.
I'm just saying, if Biden were to come down and like his next like presidential address, he'd be like, "Guys, check this shit out." Boom.
Boom.
That's
That's you.
He
All
just
dead.
he just
He's
is
just
like
showing him projections of what
Yeah.
would happen if we launch nukes.
he's like on like Nuke Map, like the website, and he has like a
He's
bunch
got
of
a
tabs
projector.
open. Yeah, and he's like, and the journalists are like, "What are you trying to like show us?" He's like, "Nothing."
That's fucking
Just-
Wild.
Just that we can do that
He's
shit.
like, look at this shit. Oh my god, that's like 4 countries in the Baltic.
We can do
Yeah,
this. We can do
Yeah,
this right now.
I keep showing you guys like what Texas would look like, but like, what if we just threw this in Europe? Boom.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Just took out 4 big cities in one. That's cool. We could do that in like 10 minutes.
His advisors are like talking to him. He's like, "All right, you gotta, sign this legislature today. You gotta meet with these lobbyists." He's like, "I want to go see the nukes again. I want to go.
I'll go look.
Yeah.
I'll go look.
I want
at
to go. I
it.
want to go look at the nukes again." They're like, Biden, you do this like once every 2 weeks. You're the president. You're busy. We
Yeah.
can't see the nukes that often. He's like, I just want to make
I
sure.
want to go to Norway.
I just want to make sure they're working. you
Yeah,
know?
I just want to make sure they're ready.
I just want to make sure they're hot and ready. You
That's
know?
the one. What's the one like?
I want to go look at the button.
The one
show me the
skit
button.
from I think
Show me the button.
the one skit from like I think you should leave, where the guy is like, "That looks really good."
That looks really good.
That's Biden from this, where he's like, "Oh, I could do it. I'm just kidding.
I'm
I'm just
just
kidding."
joking.
Mr. President, this is the third time you've watched The Sum of All Fears.
Yeah.
Just give me some more time. I love the bomb scene.
And then he shows him what's it called, Doctor
Doctor
Strangelove.
Strangelove, yeah.
And he's like, I didn't like that they were trying to say I shouldn't do it.
I don't really get the message of this. They dropped the bomb. They don't. Drop
It was
the bomb.
badass, yeah.
Yeah, you rode the bomb. Can I ride the bomb? I want to ride the bomb.
They show him the last scene of War Games. He's like, "Oh,
Now
I
I get it.
get it. We can't watch this."
I feel like they just.
Oh, they got their own. They have their own nukes.
Dude,
I
eventually
didn't know
every
that.
Or he gets inspired. He's like, "I want to make an AI."
every president's gonna be so brain poisoned that like that's gonna be the only way you're gonna get like points across to them is they're gonna send them a TikTok where it's like a person like giving homeless people money and they're like, oh, that's why we have to improve this.
Yeah.
That's why we have to improve this system. Someone doing the Bus It challenge over
TikTok
like
president.
coronavirus facts and they're like, oh, we should improve that a little bit.
They show him the wrong one. He's like, "All right, class warfare starts now." They're like, "No."
Whoa!
That's why the advisor's really important because you could either get a bunch of
That's Jen Psaki's job. Jen Psaki gets to show Biden all the
like no
TikToks.
TikToks. Yeah.
That's all the press conferences
He's, like,
are
tucked
nowadays.
in
Is people coming up to Jen Psaki and being like, "Look at this TikTok real quick."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, I'll write that one down."
I'll write that one down.
He's like tucked into bed. He had his glass of warm milk, and he's like wearing the striped pajamas with like the hat. And
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah.
actually tucked in. We're stuck underneath him, and his advisor's like, "I'm there. Now look at this TikTok." He's like,
I like it when she said like, oh yeah, I'll show
He's
him.
just like a little kid, and they're like, "Now look at this TikTok."
I like how when he said it's like, oh yeah, I'll write that one down, and then she like forgets how to find all of them. So she's like, there's this one TikTok where this one guy he was doing like a Bus It challenge, and then there's a bunch of facts about how many Ukrainians will die in the next week. Biden's like, do you remember the amount? And she's like, no. But probably pretty high.
Probably a lot. He's like, "Oh wow."
That sounds bad.
What if Biden just redoes our military industry? He's like, we gotta build more B-29s. I like how ominous it was when we nuked planes. Today it's just missiles. It happens. No one's ready for it.
It's fucking boring.
You gotta be able to see the bomb fall. Big old bomb.
Yeah.
Big old big bomb.
Like, I want to fly over Russia. Give him a spook.
Yeah, and a big old nuke. But then out pops when he does that. It's just a bunch of confetti.
I like the fat
Just
man.
a plane with a giant missile strapped to the bottom of it, like they downsize it.
Like a
for plane.
747,
Or
just
just like a helicopter, like carrier carrying the nuke.
On a rope. It's swinging.
And he's like, "Oh."
but they're carrying
They have a
it
big
through like a
speaker.
really big city, so they've
It's on
got
a
to be
bungee
like
cord, so it's like
Yeah.
bouncing in between buildings.
There's a big speaker on it. They're like, "I hope this doesn't fall."
That'd be real bad.
Yeah, it's like slowly but surely like coming undone because
That's not
it's like a shitty
playing.
bungee cord, so it's like starting to snap a little bit.
Don't touch him.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
That's okay.
It's
We
okay.
had a good run.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
okay,
I
man.
don't know. It's
I'm
fine.
in a great run. But I'll take it.
Well, I mean, we don't know how long the run is yet. We still got some games left in the season.
Games left. Yeah, and the season. Once the season's over,
Yeah.
the season's over. There's no next
We
season.
don't know how many games are left. It's kind of like a random schedule, you know. We might be matched against fucking top tier.
We know
teams.
there's no season 2. That's
Yeah.
We might get a pretty high seed, or we might get seeded low, and it's
seed
gonna
doesn't
turn-
matter. There's no second season.
Well, we gotta finish out the season, then we go in the postseason, then we get the championship.
The postseason.
But we gotta make
the
it to
postseason
champions.
is post-nuclear
Yeah.
fallout, isn't it?
It's a
just
nuclear winner.
It's like the high school football teams, but they each have a school shooter on the bench. They're ready to be like, all right, go in.
Yeah, and
Vote
then
down
immediately
to-
the moment that you see like number 69 come in, you're just like, we gotta send in our own.
Okay. We're actually going to tactically only send in one guy on our O-line this time.
Yeah.
I think they brought out the big guy.
What if instead of like football and basketball being like the main like high school and college sports, it was airsoft competitive military drills. That would be fucking badass.
I'd like to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Like,
be...
instead of like pouring a bunch of money into football fields, you have like these grand fucking huge ass campuses with different
and they're like lowered so
environments.
the stands can like
That
look
would be
down on them
sick.
from a bird's eye view.
That would actually be
That would
cool.
be badass.
Because
All
you
the
could also-
parents uncomfortably clapping the whole time. Like,
You're like, oh, our kid just got shot.
Yeah. No, but I would like it because
Yo,
then
Billy, kill
with
them all.
with those like large kind of like cool different stadiums where it's like, ooh, our school is host to the ice biome of all of this stuff. You could also have combat things where like swordplay would probably be more popular because it's like, okay, this is another one, but you could have like swordplay in the jungle biome at like Miller North.
I like this, but it's
Yeah, every school's arena is like a new hazard.
Yeah, the lava biome.
It's mandatory
Lava
for
combat.
everyone, too.
Yeah, no.
Mandatory for every student.
If you have a school that's like acknowledged by the greater school system, you have to have a unique biome.
I want the labyrinth zone.
You've leveled the
With
playing
a
field for all
Minotaur.
students with an airsoft AR-15.
Yeah,
You
an airsoft bow and arrow.
One of them in the whole collection is real, and you gotta figure out which one.
Ooh. Yeah, in the center of the map, there's a real AR-15.
Yeah. Oh, it's the fucking like snitch in what's it called
Harry
in Harry
Potter.
Potter. But like instead it's just like,
Quidditch.
oh, he's got the real AR-15.
Run!
Everybody run!
Shoot out his eyes with your airsoft gun.
Actually,
Everyone just starts like running, like clawing at the stadium trying to get out. Oh, we've lost
They're
some of our
crying,
best.
looking up in the stands, like, help me. They're like, ah!
It's the only thing our bloodlust will be sated by.
Hell yeah, this would be fucking badass.
gladiator matches.
The international matches would be wild.
International, yeah.
Yeah, because it would be funny if everyone else was just using like swords and stuff. They didn't have like AR, but like that'd be fine if they had like a shield. They could probably block a lot of that stuff. But there was still a real AR-15 in the middle, and they were like, "This is not how Europe plays that. We can't get a hold of one of those." Like, don't worry, we brought our own.
Like the idea that most kids
didn't
get
give
the
it to
AR-15, they just fire it a couple times, and they're like, back off, I won. But there's a couple homicidal kids out there.
Oh no,
They're gonna
no!
shoot you.
It's either like you have to shoot them. Like in order to end the game, you have to shoot them. But if you shoot them with the airsoft
Well, so
rifle,
this isn't gonna last long then, because all the players are gonna die.
the best players will survive though. But you can
But
shoot
then
them.
eventually,
You can
like,
shoot him with the airsoft
Yeah, you can shoot them with the airsoft gun.
Oh,
but
and they're
some
still
kids
out?
are
Okay.
like, I've got the.
You're dunking from airsoft bullets, firing live rounds.
Yeah, it'd be so funny. It's just like one kid with like,
You're
with
still
like
like watching out for like covering fire when you have a real fucking gun.
one kid has like a bull, like his entire arm has been blown off, and he shoots you with the airsoft gun. He's like, I guess you
got
won. He's like, ah.
No, I like some kid getting hit with the airsoft ever. He's killed like 4 people. He's like, fuck, damn it! Just like rage just storms off the field.
He shoots it up in the air.
He killed 4 kids.
But he's out now, and now we're gonna see.
Did you not
Fucking-
watch this?
The
Like,
coach before the game trying to get him hyped up. He's like, "All right, let's go out there and win this," but they all just have like dead eyes, PTSD. They're just like fucking slumped
because
down.
everyone
looking
left
down.
has gotten the real airsoft, the real gun at some point.
Damn.
Everyone left has at least been.
This is just like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Oh my god.
Yeah, except
Shut up.
Oh my
when they
God.
grab on, 2 people grab on the airsoft gun at the same time, and they get teleported to an
No.
NRA meeting.
Stop.
Remember
No.
the Goblet of Fire?
This joke has gone too far. We've lost the plot.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about the Goblin of Fire?
The Goblin of Fire.
Goblet of Fire?
Fire
Now
Goblin.
that's a real plot.
Fire Goblin, that's a bit dangerous.
Most goblins are fire in Magic the Gathering.
Yo, that Goblin's fire.
They're not
bro.
fire.
They're
They're
red. It's not.
Red isn't fire.
Red is just red.
Mountain.
Red is just red mana.
Yeah. Red
Okay.
mana just means aggro.
You fucking
Anger.
prick.
You
You absolute douchebag.
You stupid fucking idiot. Kind.
There's a new ban list coming out for Master Duel.
Nobody.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Nobody cares.
I
care, Jake. Tell us about it.
Rhongomyniad's getting banned.
Ooh, Rhongomyniad, see?
I hate that card. That's good.
What
does
a
he do?
stupid fucking card.
What does he do?
It's a card that it's an Xyz card, which means that you stack cards on top of each other in order to summon it from the extra deck.
Yeah.
But if you stack up to 5 cards on top of it, it means that your opponent can't normal summon, can't special summon, can't use its abilities, can't get anything from the deck, and also this cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. So it basically just means your opponent can't play the game anymore if you get 5. And there are a lot of ways to very easily cheat it out.
Why would you ban that kind of card, huh?
Because you can get it out on turn 1.
Why would you ban it, though?
Good old Rhongomyniad.
It's like that one card Jackson has in his Magic deck that makes it so you have to get rid of one of your creatures at the start of every upkeep.
Hey,
that's a good card.
Put a captain in your deck, man. I'm just saying.
I'm not blaming you. But it is, let's be real. It's the dumbest card we have available.
Yeah, by far. we have a lot of other captains.
7 mana.
It is 7 mana.
We have a lot of other captains that are like, oh, that one's pretty good. Like if that hits the field, that'll definitely be it. But we have ones that one's just like get the field scoop. Like there's no.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. And also, I got more monsters.
It's also like a card that even if you kill it, his whole deck is based around getting him back out of the graveyard. So it's like, okay, cool, we killed it.
That's true.
It is.
It's
wild.
That is true.
Oh, I found out the stipulation on legendary creatures is actually just like, so you can have up to 4 of them in your deck, but you can only have 1 legendary creature on the field at a time.
Oh, okay.
So it's
That's
like,
weird.
yeah.
Or
legendary.
That'll say on it.
There's
Yeah.
a little holographic thing normally, right?
Yeah, some of them just say like legendary. So yeah.
You're probably not gonna find one in that deck.
You know,
Maybe
you will
you will.
find maybe love.
Maybe.
What is love?
Needs now.
Is love
Greasy green
love?
Yeah, I got some they them pussy this week.
Oh, how's that?
Not as great as everybody said, but it's
Did people
pussy.
is
Were
that what
people
were
hyping
saying?
that up?
Well, yeah, that's like the meme on the internet. Like they them pussy got me. Like.
Okay.
Never
It was.
seen
It
such
wasn't
a
no.
meme. So was it
It
like
wasn't no.
male
What's it
female?
called? McDonald's Sprite.
No, they're just non-binary.
Oh, okay.
They're not.
Yeah,
they
I
weren't
don't see-
trans.
When I saw that, I was like, I never saw like a person who was just like, yeah, I'm non-binary, and I'm like, and that probably means that like hitting that
You
is
have-
probably fucking amazing.
I was saying that when Jackson saw the pussy, he should have been like, "Whoa,
Hey!
what's this?"
Hey, what's going
Not
on
sure
here?
what's going. I didn't expect this.
I was not expecting a female pussy down here.
If you was a woman, you gotta tell me.
I was gonna. It's the law.
I was expecting nothing. I wanted it to be smooth.
I thought I was gonna learn a new hole today.
Or no hole. I was
No
cool
I
with
don't
that.
know. I was looking to find out.
Might have preferred that. Might have preferred something new. You ever think about that? You think a guy like me hasn't seen a pussy before?
I like get into like the New York accent the moment that you see pussy.
Yeah, I'm talking normally.
I didn't know that they have pussies.
That's
The days and
news
the
to me.
thems.
And we were saying like, Rishary's like, "Hey babe, you may be non-binary, but don't worry, this pussy's all woman." She's like, I don't like
That's
that.
not
I
good.
don't like. That's not reassuring to me.
Yeah, as you're fucking, it's just like, I don't want to see you anymore.
You should be more confident. This is a female pussy, if I've ever seen one.
It
You
shouldn't
just
feel
turned
so
into
bad.
a stuck-up New Yorker right when we got home. What's going on?
Yeah, you were like super kind during the date.
Yeah,
And
we
then-
had a great time, and now you're a big piece of shit.
Yeah.
A weird
Well,
Jersey.
actually, welcome to most dates with college guys.
They all become
Yeah.
Italian.
Italian American.
Gobble
I think
goo.
that's a funny thing to say anytime someone's genitals become revealed. Just
Hey!
whoa!
It's
Whoa!
honestly a fairly appropriate thing to say most
Yeah.
times. It's just like,
Uh-oh.
party's coming out.
Wee! Wow! I did not expect that.
Hot dog.
Noses.
Look at that. Nice.
Where the fuck's the camera? Hey, am I right?
All right.
Awooga, if you know what I mean.
That's what women do.
Oh,
me.
fucking prank show over
That's
here.
Yeah.
They do the Italian accent.
They, for some reason, my dick always inspires an Italian accent.
Yeah, your dick
Whatever,
inspires
when
it.
Because
in
it
women.
looks like a fucking spaghetti.
Cannoli.
It
It
looks
looks
like
like
a
a fucking
gabagool.
cannoli.
It looks like a thin ass spaghetti noodle. That's why.
No, thick ass spaghetti noodle. Like it's equivalent in length, but the girth is much bigger than a
And
spaghetti
your
noodle.
balls are covered in red like meatballs, like marinated meatballs.
Only when I
Covered
dip
in
them in
red.
marinara. It's only because they're prone to bleeding easily and chafing.
And
Yeah, you
rash,
cut your
yeah.
balls a lot.
It's
Yeah.
just like
That's why they go,
just
whoa!
fucking- yeah, they're like what the act like just fucking battle scars on my nuts, and they're just
Jeez,
like
whoa!
what the act? What are you okay?
You're taking out little band-aids. You're like, I'll be ready in a second.
Reopening the
oh my God.
wound!
I saw this tweet where it was a girl who was like, my most embarrassing moment as a fat person was a guy seeing my stretch marks thinking they were self-harm scars and going, stop for me. Like a girl sees your cut up balls.
What
and
a fucking-
she goes, will you stop for me?
I'm not doing this on purpose, babe. This is...
Really,
Hey, this is all
and she
natural.
is. She's stopping for you. She's stopping eating.
That, but you're not gonna stop cutting your balls.
That's
'cause
what he's saying.
You're not gonna stop cutting your balls because somebody asked you to.
They were,
You're just
They were like, I'm not doing it for anyone. It just happened.
No, they were doing.
cut my balls.
That's what he was talking about. He's like, "Will you stop eating for me?"
Yeah. Stop being so fat for me.
Yeah. She's picking up cheeseburgers, like, puts his hand on her arm,
You don't have to do
lowers
this.
it down, is like, will you stop for me?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Look,
we're in a safe
I'll help
space.
you.
It's gonna be okay.
I'll take you to the gym.
I think it would be funnier if the guy was also like equally as fat.
Yeah.
Just being like very pretentious
He's like,
about this.
yeah. We'll get better together. I mean, I won't, but
But you can focus.
No, you
on
can
it.
we'll
get better.
make you better together.
We'll make you as good as I
You'll
am.
get better together.
You'll get better together.
Turns out she's actually anorexic and you're just fucking gaslighting her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
Not fat.
Did you know Tess Holliday's anorexic?
I don't know
I
who
know
the
that-
fuck
who
that
the fuck that
is.
is.
It's a porn star.
That was the first like triple XL model to be put on Cosmopolitan.
Hell yeah.
She's a porn star, right?
She
She's
just told you.
She just is like you'll see. Tej will look her up.
So she was big, but now she's not?
No,
Oh, she's still big, but
she's still big and she's still anorexic.
She's absorbing nutrients through the air.
She's like quiet. Metal Gear
There is
Solid 5.
Which
She's
was
a filter feeder, and
Oh,
she just
yes.
sits in the ocean.
She
Oh,
mentioned
yeah, I
on a
remember
recent
her.
article that she's been anorexic for like the past 20 years.
I'd hit it.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just-
I'd hit it.
bulimia? Like binging and purging and that stuff? Or is it
Bulimia
just-
is making
Bulimia's
yourself
puke
throw
in
up.
it.
Yeah. Binging and purging. Is that or is like she actually like no
It's a
eating?
Rare form of hunger.
She's-
Euphoria.
I know. She's just
Just like
Eva.
yeah, she has like some weird thing where it's
maybe
like,
I could see it if she's like
What
going long periods without eating and then binge eating a ton
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So it's like anorexic, and then she does that. So it's still like
it's
that
still
could make
bad,
sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
I was just thinking, like, how could that possibly be the
What do you
case?
think? What do
It
you
just is one of those
What do you
things.
think her
Where,
pussy looks like?
that's stanky. That
Hard
shit-
to
I
differentiate.
didn't say
I don't
smell.
know.
What does it look like?
No, stanky is a descriptor of both the visuals and the smell.
That's hard. That's a hard
That
sell for me.
puss stanky.
Crusty. Let's say crusty.
Dude, you know who's puss? Have you guys know like Dress Up Doll?
Yeah.
My Dress Up Darling or whatever.
Yeah.
Nope.
The anime
Oh,
and
yeah.
manga.
Oh yeah.
Marin's pussy's probably stanky.
Yeah.
I was
man.
thinking about that.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Wait, what?
In like a weeb way, you know.
What?
Because she's a weed?
She's like an otaku.
Yeah, she's like heavily otaku. So
Liam's immediately.
I thought of, for some reason she's got like this hair that's like it's
I tried on it to get it.
it's the kind of like dyed hair where if you like grab it it's like crunchy. So like I think her pussy's
Dude.
stank.
That's my type, man. I'm only into mentally ill women.
Stanky pussy.
Mentally
She's
ill
like,
Why
if she
you
lived in
work at
America,
my
she'd walk around in like
railroad?
Cookie Monster pajamas.
because I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
have sex with the people while they're in there, Tage.
Yeah, well, I'll just give you referrals.
Like I'm saying,
I'll
I'm
just-
waiting
I'll just
outside
give
the
you-
gates at the psych ward, just willing to pick anybody up and
So
take
Tage,
them
do
home.
they
With
take
a
Sundays
snake
off
trap.
the psych ward? They just lock all the doors and like everyone needs a day off.
Just like no, yeah,
Day off
no,
at
they
the
just
psych
let them
ward.
go.
Yeah.
Like every Sunday's a complete refresh. So it's like even if you were like right in the middle of your stay,
What if they let them all go with like ropes attached to them that are like 8,000 feet long?
yeah,
And
but
then
they're
on
like
Monday they start reeling them in.
no. Yeah, and they're like
Dragged
they're
back.
like bungee cords, so you can't jump off anywhere without it like boing, like bouncing back.
Where they let them out in big blow up balls.
Oh yeah.
They're running around like hamsters.
They don't even need to like let them out.
But like it still has the rope attached to it, so like one of them is like dangling off like a bridge and the bouncy ball with the rope tied to the back. They're like, I'm stuck.
they're trying to like jump the ball down so they fall,
The
and then
smart
like
ones,
it gets.
smart ones go to blacktop parking lots to get in the sun where it heats up the ball.
And you start swinging around them. And so when you wheel them back in, they're still alive, but they're like saran wrapped around this ball.
So I got, we got another shrink wrap.
Help!
Cut him out! Cut him out!
Get the blade, Danny!
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that'd be funny if it was just like on Sundays they were like, oh, sorry, I just had a really tough time, and then like a psychiatrist is like, I want to send you here, but this is closed right now, so I guess you're just cool to go.
They gotta address more of this.
Yeah. It's a guy like, I think about killing people all the time. I want to do it. I want to gun them down. He's like, too bad it's fucking Saturday, 11:59 p.m.
They gotta let more of those guys dress more of them up like the Michelin Man, so they can run around and like smack into each other with the big old bodysuits.
They should just do that in general with people, regardless of their mental force.
Instead of putting them in a straitjacket where their arms are crossed, they put them in
do
the.
that.
In
It's
the
like,
yeah, they do.
They're just like,
you gotta wear your own clothes.
I do love you're just like opening up to a therapist and like crying. You're like, I've been through so much while you're in the giant Michelin Man outfit and just like laying on the couch because you can't fold your legs. Just
you can't cross your arms. You're just in a T pose constantly.
Yeah.
There is a pickle suit though.
What
It's
the
like
fuck is
a
pickle suit?
It's like, you know, those
like
Jesus,
a-
shame.
It's like a big jar of like vinegar sauce. We pickle them.
It's like, you know, those fireman blankets. It's like kind of like that material,
Okay.
and then they just put it over you if you're like fucking like can't even handle your own clothes.
Is it green?
It's green.
Okay.
That's why they call it the pickle suit.
Why did they do that to them?
If they're just really out of control and they're
My
like,
question
they're
is, why did
trying
they
to,
make it green?
Yeah.
Like, it just,
I-
that's like an
I
asshole
can
thing.
show
Is that a
you-
calming color? It sounds kind of agitating.
Yeah.
It's like how at Disneyland they're like they paint the trash cans a certain shade of green that makes
manipulate your psychology.
them.
Yeah.
Like makes you like not notice them, so it's like less distracted for the experience. And that's why. So it's like you don't notice the crazy guys. So he doesn't freak out the other people there.
Yeah.
He's got a green screen on.
And then
behind
also
him.
while they're in the psych ward, they have peppermint pushed through the ventilation shaft to make it feel a little bit more magical.
Pepper.
That's what
look
they
at
do.
how fashionable this thing is.
That's the pickle.
That's the
suit.
pickle suit. Damn. That's wild.
Oh, I
That's
thought.
kind of like
I thought it was like a blanket.
yeah. So
It's the
that's
same
like- it's like a
material
blanket
as
material.
like.
I could see some
So wait,
guy.
how did that relax it? What does it do?
So you can't like tie it, like tear it, and then like try to tie it in.
I could
Okay.
honestly see a what's it called, like a rapper coming in like an award show with that on.
Pickle suit.
Yeah, with the pickle suit.
And
People
they're,
will be like, it's
they're
avant-garde.
promoting mental health awareness by wearing the pickle suit and the.
It's
That's
just
actually
like
something
a
they'll probably
bulky, like
do.
what are they called,
Yeah.
romper, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a overalls. It's like big old green
Well,
overalls.
yeah. It's like both.
I should invest in a pickle suit.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
You should invest.
Is it
in,
soft? Is it bouncy?
I bet it's not
No.
comfortable at all.
No.
It's meant to agitate.
Well, you got to make a material that is fucking not gonna
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
There's a really funny when you said I should invest.
Do they get to keep it after they get one when they leave?
No.
Are they wearing
Expensive.
underwear?
I'd
No,
steal it.
they're
No, Of course
expensive,
not.
I
They
guess.
could use the underwear to make a little noose.
I don't know.
If
If
the
they
elastic is
let
good
you
enough.
keep it, it'd be like, oh, we should act up, so we got to take home the cool pictures.
Cool. Yeah, but then you're
we
there
all
for
get our
it.
own pickles because our trip to the psych ward, where we just pretend we're gonna hang ourselves and be like, I don't really know how to kill myself with my clothes, so I'm just gonna pretend.
I don't know how.
I'm gonna pretend I'm doing it.
Hey guys,
So they
thanks
give
for
me the
coming to my
pickles.
channel. This is this week's haul from the Psych Ward.
I got a couple of forks that can't be used to gouge out anybody's eyes. They're called spoons. And I got a couple of pickle suits. And I stole a chess piece, so no one can play.
Chess at the Psych board anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Just do that to go to a psych ward, get out in like 2 days.
Ripped out the first chapter of every book.
Yeah. No, and then I put those chapters.
That place is gonna turn into Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Fucking
super
Hugo Strange running a psych ward.
Just everyone turns into a super villain after they can't read any
First
of the books.
and last chapters. So
Yeah.
even if you're like, I got the gist of it, you get to the
Can't
very
play
end.
chess.
Every morning I get up and pee on all the toilet paper in the community bathrooms.
And I sneak into where they keep all the toilet paper too and pee on that.
I put the TV on doing an infomercial channel and then ripped out all the buttons.
And then broke all the DVDs. Except for like Family Matters.
They won't you have access to DVDs.
No, yeah, that's
you
too
break
sharp.
a DVD, that's sharp.
Yeah,
that's
Think
true,
about
yeah.
it. Think about it.
Yeah, I've gotta think more laterally.
They let you have some of those old rubber discs that you played music on. Go on one of those.
A vinyl?
Yeah. Not
can
a
still-
vinyl, but like one of the more rubbery ones. Because a vinyl you can still break.
Like a floppy disk?
What?
Oh.
I'm
I
not
think
talking
they
about-
made rubber.
Does it?
This is like, I'm talking about when they were first making shit that played music.
So like gramophone
Like,
shit?
like the
Those-
gramophone roller things.
those were
Rubbery.
those were like hardcore though. They had to be like made out of wax.
Yeah,
those
this
were
one's
like
made out of rubber.
I guess
You
so.
can make shitty records out of like the material, not vinyl.
Anything.
Like I saw a video where a guy
Yeah.
poured like wood glue all over a record, and they took it off, and they like used that
Oh,
to
yeah,
like
that's how
play
they're
the
supposed to
record.
clean it, yeah.
Yeah, but like it,
Oh,
he,
use the wood glue?
he used the wood glue that was
Yeah,
left
right.
over that peeled off to like play the music.
Interesting.
Just like using like a wood glue version of the record and just everybody having to listen to like the shittiest version of the song possible.
Oh yeah, it sounds way worse.
As if they already weren't having like a pretty awful time there. You're just like, oh, you guys want to listen to some tunes?
Just some old ancient man is like, this is pretty good.
No, they just leave like a ham radio to try and figure out how to get to music. Help!
Just making
On
a
all
side
channels,
chord
help.
as frustrating as possible.
Yeah. And then they're just like, for some reason they haven't gotten better while they're here, and they're just like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this place?
They're like, let's make the showers like just stop giving hot water periodically. They're like, don't make it cold because then they'll get used to it. But if you make it just occasionally blast them with cold, just be like, fuck.
Yeah.
And like, hey, you better calm down if you want to be on good behavior and get out of here.
Yeah. They also get headphones, but the device that they can use to listen to stuff in like automatically ejects the headphones every once in a while.
And one side of the headphones doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
The only way to drink is through water fountains that go at varying pressure the whole time. It goes like super hard and then down to nothing. It's like, oh!
Yeah, and it's
Everyone just accepts it and is just fucking, what do you call it in middle school? Like camel mouthing or something?
Camel mouth.
There was some word
That's-
for it when you would put your mouth
where
on
you,
the thing.
Yeah, you just so they're just getting like shot in the back of the mouth.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
like, I don't have to deal with it that way. It hurts a bit, but I get the water.
My shitty middle school, in grade school, they were like, banned us from taking water breaks just because they didn't like it, and all the teachers.
Because they didn't like
They
it.
started calling us academic camels. Like, you're academic camels. You have to bring a water bottle if you want to have water during the day.
Academic.
No one would remember. So we'd be like, can I get some water? And they'd be like, no, on the way to recess.
So illegal.
Yeah.
Also, like, actually, what the fuck? Like, oh, what are you teaching them in middle school? Where it's like, if you miss this, you will never be able to succeed.
I feel like when people
Hell
talk
yeah.
about like how teachers deserve more respect and better pay, like we should cut that off at a certain grade.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, you are just like a babysitter. If you're teaching
Yeah.
shapes, I don't think you deserve respect.
At least not more than you already get. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Well, because most of the people who end
Just
up
because
there...
I've met people who are teachers and like
Oh.
you're not like smart. You
Well,
shouldn't be
'cause
doing that.
I'd say like 10% of teachers are there and they try their
Maybe that's why they
asses
deserve
off.
more pay.
And like one of those things with those teachers is that I remember our pedophile teacher once described it where he was like, listen, if you want to be like one of the best teachers in the world, it's one of the hardest jobs to do because you have to constantly be reaching out, changing your curriculum, like doing all this stuff. It's very hard. But 90% of the teachers are just people who like failed at other things and then just said, I guess I'm just going to be a teacher, and then they're able to coast. And literally anyone can do this job if they just, and that's because it's like, if you want to be a good history teacher or if you want to be a bad history teacher, you can both still be a history teacher. It doesn't really matter. Mm-hmm. So it made that made a lot of sense. And he's like, you can't have like a guy who's like wants to be a bad Michael Jordan. It's like, no, there's only going to be one guy.
Oh, I'm already a bad Michael Jordan.
I think we should have a jury of taxpayers that go to every single teacher's classroom for just one day every like 5 years, and they have to perform
an audit.
And then the taxpayers like write down a number they think they should be paid, and they average it.
A teacher's audit.
And there's a bunch of old Republicans that are always like 0. And so it's
I already know all this.
They just want to bring the average down.
It's like, oh, that's the bell. What's your salary? It's like $32,000. The teacher's like, no, God.
It's like 0, and then one of them writes in parentheses, and no severance. Just like fucking petty ass shit.
No benefits.
Do not give this person dental.
$40,000 deductible. Smiley face.
Have you heard
they
about,
should
like,
be fired right now.
There's these lower school classes where they do, like, I guess their intentions are good, but they do, like, a class exercise where they're teaching them about racism, so they split the school class up by eye color, right?
Oh.
And then, like, treat one, and they treat, like, people with blue and green eyes really good, but people with brown eyes bad, but, like, all the black people are just in the brown eyes group, so they're just being actually racist.
There's a couple of they have to like put on color contacts, and it's like, and for this exercise, you guys get the blue colored contacts just out of nowhere. I don't know, random.
I don't know why.
Teaching kids about racism is one of the weird things because then it's just like
teaching kids about racism, but not about like. I don't know.
Why?
Like
the reality.
Yeah, like systemic reasons.
Like the bad things it's caused, and just being like, here's how to be racist.
That is one of those things.
Here, we're gonna split you up, and you're gonna know that you're different than everybody else now.
That is my biggest thing. Like, people have this opinion now where racism is just like a guy just being like, we hate you, get out of the pool, we don't want you here. When like real actual racism comes in like more just systemic ways, and like ways that are very hard to parse as like a third grader. So I feel like just teaching them to be like, value those kids, be nice to them, and trying to get them to like be friends with everybody in their class regardless of race is more important than being like, and sometimes you can be racist towards people based on appearances. It's like
that happened, and I was in the good group. I'd just be like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, fucking white upper class. Yeah,
blue
I'm fine.
eyes,
I don't need to worry about this.
That would be really funny if a teacher did that, and then they're like, and we're going to do this for the whole year, because she actually just hated blue-eyed people.
Fuck
and they're
off,
like,
blue eyes! Teacher's like, that's the problem.
Yeah,
fuck off.
But you actually should.
You're exemplifying this. That's good. This is a teaching moment.
Yeah, just beating the shit out of those kids on the playground. It's just like, we thought they had a knife. I don't know. See, that's what happens to some people in the real world.
Third graders start making up slurs and everything. Teacher's like, wow, this is very powerful.
It says so much about our society.
Yeah, just actual racist.
Shut up, Bluey!
KKK. Oh, dude, honestly, if I was a secret undercover KKK teacher, I would definitely be like, and we're going to learn about racism by segregating people, and then I'm going to show you how cool it feels to be on the top of that group. You guys have free reign to make fun of these people all week.
I'm glad you're not in the KKK.
You're a secret
teacher.
KKK
That's a good thing.
teacher.
That'd be bad if you did that.
That would be bad.
That would bum me out.
And that's why teachers deserve a big fat 0.
That'd make a really sad documentary, which I would watch on YouTube, and then feel real sad that happened. But then I'd be like, okay.
that would be just a fucking video documentary where it's like, learn about the worst teacher who has ever teached. Turns out her husband was in the KKK.
I'm the British.
Australian.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. It's Australian KKK.
Just the speech defect. Just, yeah, that's fucking brave.
Fat Albert.
Was there
a journalist, a TV journalist with a fucking speech defect that can't talk at all? That's fucking
a deaf TV journalist.
That would be beautiful and brave.
What about
Is the one teacher scene in Fat Albert where she's like, he's mentally retarded.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
what's known as retarded.
And he's like, ooh. He does a little hog face.
what about LGBT Klansmen, the gay?
The KKK are like, you're not.
What about Fat Klanbert?
Fat Klanbert.
Oh god, here comes Fat Klanbert.
He's bulging out of his uniform.
Rockets! Just a fucking whip. KKK. That's so good.
That's what they should have done in that movie, Black Klansman.
Fat
Albert dressed
Fat
in Klan.
Klansman.
He's like, I gotta get what you guys are saying. These
Fat
immigrants are stealing our jobs.
He shows up to their meetings.
Klanbert.
Big fat guy in his full suit. He's like, hey everybody.
It's me, Fat Klanbert.
They're like, there's something suspicious about him. And he's like, KKK.
That guy's rather fat.
Every time he says KKK, like, he's good. He's one of us.
I don't think he's black. I think he's fat.
Yeah, he sounds black because it reverberates through his white body. Makes it deeper.
Fat Albert does that, goes undercover as Fat Klansbert to like try to infiltrate and bring down the KKK, but then he can't stop saying KKK afterwards. It's like, I'm starting to believe in their ideas, dumb Donald. He's like, Fat Albert, you can't be doing that.
Full Clayton.
They believe that we should all die. And he's like, yeah, but they also believe in the fact that people who were here first should have the rights to their jobs. I think that's it. He's like, what are you talking about? Your daddy was an immigrant. My daddy was an immigrant. He's like, I think this shouldn't have been allowed.
They largely just oppose the global elite.
What do you really think about it? They're the real underclass.
Don't you know how many Catholics are pedophiles?
There's a guy named Jeffrey Epstein, dumb Donald. He's bringing the global... What are you talking about, Fat Albert? It's not Fat Albert anymore. It's Fat Klansbert.
Klanbert.
Nice.
I'd like it if like the big Fat Albert movie that happened was just this. And it's like, it just shows like Fat Albert's coming to the real world. And it's like, whoa! That's all the trailers are. And like, that's like 10% of it. And the other 90%...
Has anybody seen that movie Norbert?
No.
The one that's like Eddie Murphy, and then there's the fat lady who wants to fuck him.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I've seen
I've not seen it. I just want.
What's that one movie where it's like a fat lady, but like I think it's like Adam Sandler thinks it's a skinny lady because he gets hit on the head in a weird way, where he's like,
Jack
think
and
she's
Jill,
like,
not right.
probably, but no.
I know what you're talking about at all.
Oh, there's
a movie with Amy Schumer where she hits her head and she thinks she's hot all of a sudden, I think.
Which is just kind of like fucked up. Just like,
I don't know. That it was a sad movie.
It does sound like
it's not a sad movie, but the premise of making that movie is sad.
It's very very pathetic.
Just like, but like I guess at the very
I may
end,
be totally wrong about that plot. By the way.
I'm just imagining a movie Amy Schumer.
that may have been like a fever
you just see
dream
like
I had.
you just see Amy Schumer on like a press junket say like I am beautiful, and you're like that's probably about a movie
she's
where
imagining
she thinks she's beautiful even though she's fucking ugly.
What's this character?
Oh, that's actually a pretty funny joke for Amy.
She's doing method acting.
So,
fat people.
Cringe.
if you know the answers to either of these movies, email us at at BrownBricksPodcast.
What are the answers to any movie?
If you're interested in funding Fat Klanbert, email us at brownbrickspodcast.
We're gonna make
fucking
gonna make Tage play
Indiegogo
Fat
where
Klansbert,
it's
yeah.
like bring Fat Klanbert to life. And Bill Cosby's just like, man, I need the money.
We start force feeding Bill Cosby.
No, because he voices Fat Albert. So I'm saying we like make the cartoon.
Oh no, this is live action.
This is gonna be a live action.
We force feed fucking Bill Cosby like how they do like fucking.
Oh,
Force
Homer
feed.
from The Simpsons.
Yeah, and then
Horses.
Yeah.
I was thinking like geese, where they like shove the funnel down their throat.
Oh yeah.
And we force feed him like that until he's big and fat, and we put him in a Ku Klux Klan outfit, and we have no script. We just go.
It's kind of avant-garde.
Just this horrible thing where Bill Cosby has a like tube down his neck and we're pouring stuff down.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of it is us putting a camera at him in a Klan throat and saying, "Hey, say KKK," but in the Fat Albert voice. He's like, "I don't want to be here anymore.
I would have preferred prison."
It's this community service."
Sorry for raping all those women.
Halfway through, he gets into character, and we start saying like, "Go talk to that black guy," and he starts being racist. And we're just recording that on our phone.
Yeah, then it just becomes like a full
exploitation.
Borat or what's it called?
Sexploitation.
Sexploitation.
So there's a retrial halfway through our filming, so he has to go back to court, but he's really fat and now racist against black people, and it confuses the world.
He's stuck in the
Confuse the world
KKK
enough to
outfit.
acquit him. Bill Cosby saying, "Hey, hey, hey," coming out of the courtroom.
The jury's like, not guilty. We want to see how this plays out.
I mean, they need to finish filming.
Yeah. And imagine if OJ got acquitted because a YouTuber was like, "Guys, I'm making a video essay on this case, and I need to interview OJ Simpson. I can't do it from jail." And they're like, "Yeah, I really like that guy. He has a lot of subscribers."
That'd be badass. That should
What
happen.
kind of people do they let be on the jury nowadays? Because you can't look at anything.
It's a jury of your peers, so
You can't
just,
look at
like,
shit, though.
just fucking idiots. So I guess that would be most of the people.
Like, if you watch YouTube, can you be on a jury?
No, they ask you specific questions. Because I actually was called in for jury duty one time, and I was like, they were like, "Okay, do you keep up with the news at all?" They asked me like one question about the news. I answered it right, and then I got thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, you know anything, you're not allowed to be on the jury. What the fuck?
Well, it depends. Each lawyer can choose a few people they want to be on. So there might be like, oh, there's 3 racist guys.
Really?
I want them. Yeah.
I didn't know you were allowed to choose.
I mean,
They can choose. They can each choose like 3 people or something.
That's so funny.
They have them
fucking
out,
wild.
and they get to like veto some of them, and then like say they want some of them.
For some reason, the first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, it's kind of like Super Auto Pets, where both jurors,
They're picking their star.
and they're like, "Oh, my juror has the ability that does 1 damage to one of your jurors."
And then for like big cases, they will like super illegally like spy on potential jurors to like be like, okay, yeah, we want this guy in the stand and shit like that.
But a prosecutor might be like, would you ever convict someone or like try and get them the death penalty? And if someone's like, out.
Yeah.
I want someone that like wants to fucking prosecute this person.
I love the idea that just like wishy-washy on the death penalty is like not enough. You have to be guns loaded. That's for your first. Like if you don't sit down and ask like, so is there potential for the death penalty on this case? Then you're out. Anyways, email us if you know what gets you thrown out, and we'll see you next time because I'm almost out of batteries.
Okay.
Pretty far in, I think.
Yeah, we're like
Alright.
24.
Peace out.
Peace out. Au revoir.
Go fuck
See ya.
yourselves.